Hello, my YouTube world. Johnny Mo. What's going on, guys? Hey, just wanted to do another video this week. Still have had no snow. Very little snow. Probably about 7 saltings for the year. I only had to drop the plow one time. Not a bad thing. Like I've always said before, if you count on snow removal as your main source of income, you'll always be let down. It's always a bonus. Make sure it's always a bonus in your business. And listen, I hear a lot of this. People say, Johnny, I invested all this money in snow plowing and it didn't snow this year. The key word is investment. Don't jump out. Don't get out of there yet. Invest in it. It might come next year, the year after. You'll have that monster year that will make sure that everything's paid for. I had a guy, local town here, he just got out of the snow removal business because he had to put $1,100 into his truck and he hadn't got any snow this year. So he's out. And I'm thinking like, wow, no one can be patient. Do you put money in the stock market hoping that you will get paid, get your return back in 3 months? No, you're investing in yourself. When you buy a $10,000 mower, you are investing in the business. So, hey, having said all that, want to go over a couple things. Want to have a question and answer. One of my top questions over the last 2 months is, how can I drum up new business? And here, let me help you with this question. This is a very trick question because there's a lot of things that you can do right now. You could be getting flyers ready. You can be looking at different clientele that you want to pick up. There's a lot of things that you can do right now. You can go cold calling. You can walk into different places. But the number one thing that you can do is be realistic. You're just starting a business, or you are just literally in your second or third year. Now listen, let me explain how this works. Because your first couple years, unless you run into a landmine, a landfall where, a guy's getting out of the business, you were close, he's giving his clientele to you, or someone's downsizing and they're giving clientele to you, and that's a great way. I've inherited that over the years where people have gotten out of the business or people have, downsized. And when I've downsized myself, I've given, good counts away. Last year, I gave over $30,000 of accounts away to other individuals locally in here in town. And that happens quite a bit. But what happens is you have to be in business for a while. See, when a train is just starting, it's called the Big Mo. It's called momentum. You can stop a train by putting this size rock on the track and it'll stop the train. But once the train gets moving and it gets, you could put boulders and cars and tractors across the track. It's going to bull right through them. And that's what you're doing as you start to build momentum in business. You're building momentum. So, for you to, ask me that question, obviously I can tell you can do flyers, you can do this, there's all kinds of things, even here on YouTube, that you could do to drum up business. But your best way is to understand that to slowly build the momentum. You get the track moving. And the reason why this is important, because you can appreciate and really hang in there to be able to best handle your customers. So your first year in business, you're probably not even set up properly, and you don't really understand how to even, get these customers and make these customers last and keep these customers. And generally, your first couple years, they're not even the right type of customers that you'll even have 5 years from now. They're just beginner customers getting you ready and moving you on to the next stop of the train. Do you understand? So the best thing you could do is be patient, work a second job, and try to get some customers the best way you can. Social media, get out there, just tell everyone that you're cutting grass. Tell your family, your cousins, your family's friends, leave your cards everywhere. Every time you're out, hand a card out, cold call some clients, stop in. Those are all great things. But the best thing you can do is realize that this is not going to happen overnight. And that's the best thing I could tell you, is that, build yourself slow, because soon this thing will be racing down the tracks and you'll be like, man, I can't even keep up. Trust me, that's exactly how this thing operates. You get going so good, then you have to turn stuff away, or you have to bring people on. It's always like a whirlwind. It's always confusing. It's you get a whole bunch, and you got to try to schedule it all and do it all, and then you're trying to figure it out. And you got to see which customer's right and which one's wrong, and where do I want to be. Just enjoy the process, guys. Enjoy the process, build the momentum, figure out what's right for you, then go after that. Another one is, I got a question on a Facebook about, in-truck technology. Now, how do I feel about in-truck technology? Listen, let's not get overboard here, guys. This is cutting grass, maybe fertilizing, doing some landscape. Do we need to have printers and all kinds of stuff in our truck? No, listen, that's just more clutter and space. Listen, I have just here, I'll even show you. I don't even have it ready, but let me show you here. I have these, guys. Oh, sorry about that. I just have these estimate, pre-printed estimate, double form, one for them, one for me. I put it in a file. And basically, I can just go to the site. Listen, let's not get carried. It's cutting grass, pruning or snow removal. It's not, to get so, well, we got to get to the truck, and it's just more stuff to break. What happens when the printer breaks? And then you got extra, printing costs with color agents and different things. And say the printer doesn't work, or it prints it out crooked, and then you're sitting there, you printing sheet after sheet just to try to get it right. And and then you got to get inverters. Listen, guys, let's keep it simple. I try to give an estimate right on the spot. Number one thing you could do, when a person calls your phone, they want you to solve a problem. The fastest way you can get a price into their hand is one step faster to help solving their problem. So when I go to a client, I try to be one of the first, because generally they want their problem solved. Don't get me wrong, there are people who are just price shopping, and you can pretty much eliminate that just by the phone call. On the phone, you can pretty much say, hey, listen, my minimum's $35. Where are you located at? You can almost say by the side of town they're on that's probably not going to work for you, and you can pass them on to someone else. I always keep business cards by my phone so I can easily pass them on. Never be rude to a client, because you never know who they know. Potential client, you don't want to talk down to, oh, you're on that side of town, I don't do any work over there, it's just not my cup of tea, I would never stop well, no, you just say, listen, at this current time, we're not taking on any more clients. So here, I have two names here that would probably be willing to come give you an estimate. I give the names and the contact person of that business. But basically, it's just a sheet, list all my services, and then I can price the services. I take the measurements, get back in the truck, give me 5 minutes, boom, calculator, right back, and boom. And I'll give it to them, and I'll walk away. And generally, you'll get a lot of those bids just because of that reason. Because you're first on site, you've answered your phone, you come there, you're really prompt, everything's done. If you're going to have to take all the measurements, then go all the way home, and then figure it all out, and then come all the way back. By that time, someone else has moved in, and they know what they're doing, and boom, boom, boom. Let's keep it simple. This is grass cutting. This is fertilizing, pruning some bushes. We're not, this isn't like hardscaping or excavating when there's a lot of permits and a lot of different things that may fall into factor with this. Keep it simple for yourself. Keep your costs down low. Now, lastly, some of you are thinking here, hey, should I get in business? And I've been thinking about this for years. I'm thinking about it right now. Right now, lawn care is a hot commodity in the United States. Back in the 90s, honestly, hardly anyone was doing it. Money was flowing really good. There wasn't a lot of competition. Now I'm coming out. There's competition everywhere. I mean, everyone has a truck and a trailer. Everyone's doing this. And what I like to liken it to is, you don't know when this train is going to stop rolling as fast as it is. I think there'll always be a lawn care division side of things, but I don't know when it'll actually stop being what it is. With the recent merger of True Green and Scott's, you have Valley Crest and Brickman, I believe it was. They became one. So you've got a lot of things starting to get really big. And you have to watch when you start to see stuff like this, like Walmart. When Walmart came in, they took out everything. Now I'm going to make a prediction for you. You're not going to believe this. But things do change. And you have to understand that when things change, you could be a part of the change. You can't see this. Now, 30 years ago, if you would have asked someone, even 40 years ago, if you would have asked someone that Sears Robot Company would not be a big part of the landscape in 2015 or 2016, you would have said, no, listen, they were selling houses back then, paint, they had everything. Now they're closing stores. You know, they're really hurting right now. They're starting to become irrelevant for the future. Now, if you would ask someone 30, 40 years ago, you said, you're crazy. Sears will always be here. Now, listen, this is very important for you to think about right now. With everything that's going on, there's a chance that you may not be in your business right now if you don't make the changes and realize what's going on. Now, I'm going to make a prediction for you, and you're going to think I'm crazy. I believe in 25 years, Walmart will not be as big as they are right now. I believe Amazon is the next Walmart. Yep, I said it right there, because you got to be forward thinking. You're like, John, really? Look at the marks right now. Soon, and very soon, within the next 5 years, you'll be able to buy groceries. Pick up your computer, get on your computer, do your groceries, and groceries will arrive at your house 2 hours later. I believe that's coming. I believe that's coming. Walmart supercenters will be a thing of the past. I mean, think of everything that they've done so far. You know, they've got rid of middle management, they've given everybody a raise, and now they've shut down 100 Walmarts. Think about this. I believe this. I believe that soon, and very soon, you will see the decline of Walmart. It's just basic business. Just like Sears. Boom, 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 boom. Sears, a non-player now. Sears is basically hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Think about that lawn care. You think right now, because the ball is rolling so fast, that that'll never happen. But I believe you. I think it's happening, and we got to make sure that we as business owners are really establishing ourselves, and making sure that we're seeing the trends that are coming. Now, listen. In the late 80s, early 90s, there was a group called Bad English. They made songs like this. This is called Possession. Great group. Had 2 people from Journey in it. John Waite was their lead singer. Great group. One of their more famous songs. When I See You Smile. Another great song. Price of Love. I mean, great group. One of my favorite groups from back then. Bad English. Love them. All-star lineup. Had everything going for them. They had no idea when they released this album that within 3 short years that genre of music would be irrelevant. And they're no longer together today. But here's the point I'm trying to make. If you're thinking about getting into business, it's better to get in now than it is to get in later. Think of this. Bon Jovi came in around 84, 85, released a few albums, got very popular. That genre of music went out. In 93, it was basically finished by the Seattle grunge band. Grunge just really took over, and then punk, and then it became non-existent. But I want you to think about this. Because they got in early, and they were able to get some success, they were able to weather the next 10 years, and they're still together, performing on tours, made a few albums over the year, and still made some money. This is the point I'm trying to make to you. Do not wait to get into this business later, because you don't know when the easiness of getting in is going to stop. See, Bad English made one good album. They're no longer together. They're done. The music genre was gone. But Bon Jovi was able to get in earlier and establish themselves, was able to weather the storm and still perform today. This is what I'm talking about. Listen, this video right here, you actually should be sending me money for this video, because if you'll do what I'm saying, listen, you really, really are going to make money if you'll just do what I'm saying. Just because this video alone is really helping you to see how easily and how everything changes. Do you understand? Listen, when True Green and Scott's merge, and then when Valley Crest and Brickman merged, these were huge companies that merged together. They're making conglomerates. There's a reason why they're doing this. Now, it's going to be easier now for these companies to reestablish themselves into even smaller markets now. You have to understand that, because it's your market they could establish themselves. That means marketing is easier for them. So that means when you're going forward, you might have a lot more trouble because of capital to try to market yourself. Very, very good thing to think about. Hey guys, I love this topic. We're going to go with a part 2 on this. Remember, don't be Bad English, but be Bon Jovi. All right? Great guys, a good video, baby!